2011 and 2012. You're seeing the street just off 9th Avenue here on the day of the storm, and this is a year later, same street. As you can see, there's some new roofs and several trees are missing. Repair work has been completed for the most part here. Another view of the same street. Underneath those limbs is a pickup truck that you can't see from this side. Oh, from the other side, another view will show you how it looked on storm day, 4/27/11, and there's the pickup truck underneath the limbs, and how it looks today, 1 year later. This is over on 8th Street, I believe, and you can see the repair work going on the day of the storm. This is the same house today, and as you can see, the street is clear. There's another view of the street today, and as it was on storm day. Quite a bit of work has been done. Here's a side street, and as it appears today. A lot of trees were down in Jasper. Not many houses were blown away, but a lot of damage to roofs and to the landscape. Here's another view of that street as it's cleared away. Another view on storm day. Tree damage over on, I believe this is 8th Avenue or 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. We'll see a couple of different views. Here it is today of this area. And another view on storm day. This is looking from the other side of this house, and everything has been cleared away as of today, but those trees that have died will have to be cut down in the parking lot. This is a street over near 7th Avenue as it was on storm day, and how it looks today. Another view of 7th Avenue, storm day. And how it's cleared up today with the debris hauled off. We're downtown Jasper now, and we're looking at an office building. Several attorneys were in this particular area, and this is repair work. There's crushed auto from the top falling out of that building, and of course today it's repaired and has been corrected as far as the structure. This is the same building. Now we're going to look directly across the street from this building and see the roofs blown off over into that parking lot and how it looks today. And this is the back side of that same building. This is how the street looked on storm day. Same street today. Swing around, take a look toward the Methodist Church, and there's the street showing the damage on April 2011, and here's the same street today, April 2012. A lot of clearing to be done, and there you can see the clearing as of today, looking toward the Methodist Church. There was the damage on storm day to the church, which was torn down. The longhouse there was repaired and is still in the state of repair. Here's looking back toward the church today. Construction going on with the new church building. There's the longhouse up there, and that storm day. Swing around to the right. Here it is on the today. Repairs have started but not completed. Debris on storm day, or immediately after the storm day. The street today and the area where the new church will be constructed. Looking back in back of the church, going down the street, that's how it looks today. And this is how it looked a few days after the storm. Same area today. Still work going on, as you can see. This is the back of the church and where the new church will be. Same area. This is downtown at the memorial for the veterans, and looking back toward the church. And this was a parking lot that we were standing in close to where a bank was destroyed. And as we swing around to the left, you can see a little bit of the bank parking lot. There's the bank that was spared. And swinging to the left, you can see where the bank was located, and the vault is still there. This is how it looks today. And you can see there's not a lot of construction going on there where the grocery store used to be. So still a lot of repair work to do in Cordova. This is how it looked on 2011, a few days after the storm. And not much has been done because this is how it looks as of 2012. So need to repair that memorial. This is downtown Cordova, a few days after the storm. And it actually looks a little better there after some cleanup than it does today, because some of these buildings will be torn down. So 2012, it still looks in need of repair. This is the grocery store a few days after the storm, and that's how it looks today. Still a lot of work to do. Storm day and how it looks now. This is the other end of downtown Cordova, how it looked in 2011. Not much difference in how it looks today. So they'll be working on Cordova to get it up and going.
Margaret Lee, Special People and Places, and today I'm with Sybil Keaton down at the Cordova Senior Citizens Center. And Sybil, we were in town today to take a look at the storm damage, or see how the terrain looks after the storm damage a year ago. And it took you how long to get up and running again? Tell us a little bit about after the tornado.
Well, the storm happened the 27th of April, and we didn't get going good here until the 8th of August. But we were delivering meals just the same. We took care of the people here in Cordova.
Well, I know Jennifer Cohen at the Daily Mountain Eagle, she said if it was not for Sybil Keaton, there would not be a senior citizens center in Cordova. You really hung in here. Now, the facility here, now what did this used to be?
This was the old National Guard Armory building for many years. And we looked far and near. We tried both the centers for the seniors in the housing project. We tried both of those because some centers do operate out of those. And we looked all over Cordova for a building before we settled here.
Now, you are housed right here in the old Armory building, but there are other things in here with you.
Certainly, City Hall is up front, and so is the Waterworks and Sewage Department. And we're just in the back, sort of, and people have to come through the middle of the building to get here. Parking is scarce, and you just have to look to find us.
Well, I know people are so pleased that you were able to keep it up and running, but you said this is temporary.
Yes, they said temporary, but for 3 years at least. So we're looking for a site to have a permanent home one of these days.
Well, it's just a shame. That old historic building was so wonderful. You had the floors redone. You had a grand piano in there, and it was so beautiful. You've done so much work. I know it hurt you, but oh my, look at all the people that lost their homes.
We feel fortunate to have this building, and we have made room for a quilt and puzzles and bingo and exercise, and then we have our programs on Medicare that we get monthly, and we get newsletters that we go over, and we're traveling along as best we can.
Well, you do one fantastic job, and the people here just love you, and they credit you with saving their gathering place. And now, every day, when do people come in, and when is lunch served?
Well, they start coming in about 8:30, and then we serve lunch. We start doing the homebound packing up of homebound meals. We serve 11 homebound meals right now. And then after we serve their meals and get them out the door, then we serve lunch at 11:30.
All right, Sybil, it looks like you've got a quilt going here. Tell us about this.
This is a hand embroidered. Each block is hand embroidered with a hummingbird and flowers that looks like morning glories. And one of our members, Ms. Harris, quilted this, did this handiwork, and her niece picked it up after she passed away and put the blocks together and brought us the lining, the inner lining, and also the top. And we're working carefully on it. We have volunteers that come quilt that don't even eat lunch with us, but we enjoy having anybody that likes to come and quilt.
Oh, my dear mother. If she was still with us, she would love to be right here. And one lady did all the blocks, all the embroidery?
Miss Obina Harris, and she has passed away now, and it's special to us. And we'll be rifling this quilt off to make us some money on it for our center for things that we don't have money for when we finish it.
Sybil, when do you think this quilt will be ready?
We should have it by early summer. There's several blocks already done. And if we just had the time, we could really get it done in a hurry. Lottie and I can quilt one together in a month in our spare time. We've done it. And it'll be $1 a chance. And as I said, the $1 will go here to the center. And we rifled over one once before, and one of the girls at the bank won it. And she was awfully proud of it.
So are the tickets on sale now?
No, we don't start until we finish the quilt, so we can hang it and show it. We'll probably hang it up front.
Okay, Sybil, anyone that wants to come in and help on this quilt and join the group, do puzzles or whatever?
Certainly. The ladies that come and help don't even join the group. They just like to come quilt and visit and have fellowship, and that's fine. We don't mind. But our telephone number here is 483-6384, and that's the local number. And you get us directly when you call. You don't come through an exchange. And the address is And if you would like to come and join us, you have to be 60 years old, and no certain income level. Nothing matters about that for homebound meals or here. It's just if you be 60 years old and you want to attend, and we'd like to have a few more people to come.
Sybil, I notice you have a lot of puzzles here and a lot of books.
Yes, most of these puzzles are donated, and they do love to work puzzles. And the books, the library was blown away in the storm, and Cordova has no library at this time. So we just decided we would start collecting books. Anybody that wants to donate any, we're glad to get any books. And they have a lending program over there that's controlled by yourself. You just sign your name in and sign the book. I like for them to put the author there too. And then they bring it back and they mark it off and they bring them back.
Oh, this is great. So you have plenty of activity and a lot of fellowship here.
We have a good time every day. Most every day we have a very good time.
Oh, I know everyone would enjoy it. If you live in this area, this is one fun place to come with my dear friend, Sybil Keaton. This is Margaret Lee, Special People and Places. Today I'm in a special place, the Walker County 911 office, and with a special person. And indeed, it does take a special person for this job. It's very challenging. Mr. Tim Thomas. And Tim, your former job was with the Sheriff's Department. How long were you with them?
I was the Sheriff's Department for 25 years. I was an investigator with the Sheriff's Department.
What a background. The people of Walker County are very fortunate to have you, with your experience, answer this phone. Now, do you actually answer the phone when those calls come in?
Yes, from time to time when it gets bad, shorthanded, I do.
Okay. How many employees do you have with you here?
We 12 employees at this time. And we've hired 2 more, so we'll be back up to 14 employees here before long.
This is 24/7?
24/7, 365, even holidays.
We are so glad you're here. And when did you actually come up and running? Before you said you were at the courthouse?
Yeah, the original 911 center was in the basement of the courthouse in the annex, and then they built this facility in 97 and moved to this facility in 97.
We're so glad Walker County has an emergency 911. Does every county have one?
Yes, there's 88 911 or PSAPs in Alabama. Some counties have multiple.
Counties to cover?
Well, no, multiple. Jefferson County has several 911 centers in Jefferson County, City of Birmingham. Some counties have more, some counties just have one.
According to population.
And that and the number of agencies and stuff inside of a county.
All right. Now, the storm shelters, those are begin popping up. How many do we have in Walker County?
There's 17, I believe, actual storm shelters. We got 3 that are in the process of being completed. We'll have everything done, hopefully within the next month or 2, and we'll have all the storm shelters in Walker County ready to go.
Fantastic. What's the occupancy of those shelters? How many?
I think it's around 100, between 100 to 110. Those are actually run by the fire departments in the communities. It originally started 911 along with the EMA, started the grants, the FEMA grants, working with the FEMA grants to get the facilities, and then after that was done, the structure's put in place, everything's done, then it's turned over to the community and to the fire departments to manage and run.
Okay, and most of the fire departments in Walker County are volunteer, aren't they?
That's correct. We have one paid fire department being Jasper Fire.
The largest county, of course. I can't even remember, what is the population of Walker County right now? Do we know?
64,000, somewhere between 64 and 66,000.
Okay. Well, I was totally impressed with this building, and you said this opened up, this was built in what year?
April of 97.
Tim, the storm shelters. Now, people can, how do they can go online to find the location of those?
Correct. You can go to our website at walkercounty911.org, and you go to the website. We've got an interactive map that shows you the location. It will actually give you the address of the location of where each storm shelter is at in Walker County.
All right. And, of course, this weekend with all that activity,
Yes,
we were thinking about storm shelters, and I had no idea where your office was. This huge tower out here, and you said something about there's a possibility that you could lease some occupancy on that. Explain that to me.
Yeah, we have, like I said, we have a 300-foot tower here. Right now, it's just mainly banned with emergency equipment, towers and antennas. But tower space is for rent for under select, whether it be other communications, telecommunicators, or something of that nature. We've had a couple of radio stations look at it, but the frequency would be too close to the emergency equipment, and we don't want to interfere with emergency equipment on the bandwidth.
Oh, absolutely not. These storm shelters, but all the communities now, you could find the location of one that's nearest you. And again, just a brief rundown of how people can protect themselves. Now, of course, with the mobile homes, they should try to get to those storm shelters, right?
Or find it to a good strong structure, either one of the shelters or a family member somewhere where they can, some type of underground shelter, some kind of structure to get out of those mobile homes. Even in structure built houses, the center of the house, lowest floor, sometimes those aren't the most safest places either.
Oh, absolutely not. And as I remember, Cordova, that was in 2011, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying not only the same, it was the very same day.
One came through that morning, and the second one came through that afternoon.
If I remember right, the only thing left down there of this brick building that housed a bank, the only thing left was the safe room.
I don't remember. I know there was a lot of destruction and damage downtown, but I don't remember exactly what all was.
Oh, it was a frightening thing. It was a terrible one. But, this is where Walker County is in the Tornado Alley, aren't we?
Yes, there is. The National Weather Service had posted a interactive map about a week ago, and it was amazing at the number of tornadoes that Walker County had actual tornadoes that touched down. I think it was somewhere in the 60s or 70s total number since 1950. It was somewhere between 60 and 70 tornadoes that actually touched down in Walker County.
Well, in fact, two came close to touching down Saturday night.
Yes.
You were showing us a video that was incredible.
Yes, we set the sirens off 3 times. We set off Saturday afternoon on the first storm system that came through. Then the second one was the storm that came out of Columbus, Mississippi, across Lamar, Fayette County, and into Walker County. And then the third one that was reported out between Parrish and Cordova.
It was really frightening.
It was a busy night, very busy night.
It was. I think most of Walker Countyans, we had the tornado just watch, and we really watched the TV, and so worried, and so glad that no one was hurt, and they didn't touch down, but any time they could.
Yes, I mean, it's, you never know. We're right in the heart of it, so you just be prepared and stay ready. Pay attention to the weather, and that's what I tell everybody on the website, just pay attention to the weather. Keep listening either to your favorite local station or to the National Weather Service or something, just to stay in focus of what's going on. Don't depend on the sirens.
Okay, you got the word from Tim Thomas. Any message, Tim, anything further you can think of, any message for the public out there to prepare themselves?
Just when you do call 911, a few things that we're going to ask you. We're going to need your name, phone number, and your location, where you're at. That is the biggest thing. A lot of people don't know their address. You need to know your address, or at least know an idea of where you're at, because situation we had a caller, and he didn't know exactly where he was at, so we got to quizzing him, got to getting landmarks, was able to determine a general location of where he's at. But just your name, a good contact number, and a general location of where you're at, and what your nature of your emergency is. And the new thing that we're in the process, we're going to kick off here in the next couple of weeks, is we're having it where you can text to 911 if you have a situation, whether you're a victim of a domestic violence and you don't want your partner to know that you're calling. You can actually now text 911, and we're in the process of getting that up here in the next couple of weeks. We'll have it where you can actually text to 911.
Will be great. And I can understand people in these rural areas, I don't know if everyone has a street address.
Yes, everyone should have a street address. We're actually in charge of addressing all the structures, and so everybody should have an address, a street address. If they're not, they need to contact us, and we can get them squared away with an address.
Oh, yes, that is important. And not being out in the outskirts, many times they just don't use it, do they?
It's
and then,
use a lot of old country directions sometimes.
And not only that, but, under pressure, it's hard to remember anything.
Right. And as technology progresses, we've got the Alabama Next Generation 911 is fixing to come online here this summer, and we have a capability, especially with cell phones, with that technology to get a better location. We can get a pretty accurate location now with cell phones if But with the new technology coming online, we should be able to get a lot more accurate location of where the caller's at too.
Ooh, that's important, Tim. I just happen to think, my goodness, when you're in an automobile, you don't know exactly where you are.
OnStar is very helpful. We get a lot of calls from OnStars during accidents or stuff like that, and they can pretty much put us exactly where the accident's at.
Oh, gosh. Well, Tim, you being with the Sheriff's Department, you have so much experience. You're just perfect for this job. Walker Countyans are fortunate to have you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, my. I know you've seen sights in your day that you don't even want to conjure up or think about.
Yes, ma'am.
And you just never know what's going to come in the door, do you?
Never did. I was, like I say, I was an investigator for 17 years, so I've seen a lot in 17 years.
A lot that you want to forget.
Yes, ma'am.
Tim Thomas, we just thank you so much for your time today, and we appreciate your service to Walker County and the past 25 years, too.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Those are actually